Good evening, everyone, and welcome to It's Saturday Night. What's happening in the cottage? New little theme going on for now. But welcome, everyone, to Captain Stitches, and I am Jean. Let me see who's already in the chat with us this evening. I know that Melody is there. Welcome to you, Melody. And Mike, a New York beauty, welcome to you, as well as Carol is here. Welcome. And Arlie is here in time to get a front row seat. Yes, you are, Arlie. And Joe from Vintage Style by Joe is here, as well as Judy Hebert. Welcome to all of you. It is great to see you this evening. And it has been, I can see that flashing light over there. Let me know to get that iron back heated up. So it'll be ready. But yes, it's been a beautiful day to the start of the weekend here. I think we've got a cold front coming in, but that's all right. It's that time of year. And Gladys is here with the Confident Quilter. Welcome to you as well. It is great to see you. But anyway, going to take a little different trip on Saturday evenings, make it a little bit more fun and exciting and informal, yet still always working on something and sharing some tips and techniques along the way. But one of the major changes also to our Saturday night live will be that I will now be doing my weekend review and sharing my mail haul with you during this live instead of doing a separate recorded one on Sundays. So you can all look forward to that as well. Quilt weather, yes. I always thought every day of the year was quilt weather. Arlie, was I mistaken? It is for me anyway. But okay. So, what I am going to be working on this evening is the bag that goes along with the smaller quantity that I've been working on, that instead of using this pieced back, that will be the quandary on the back of the quilt. And yeah, sorry, bag. And this is going to be the front, similar to that anyway. But that is what I am going to be doing. I'm going to be piecing part of the front section of that this evening. Hopefully, that's the plan. The plan was something different, but I got a little into the prep work for what I was going to be doing this evening, and I kind of almost finished the project instead. So I had to come up with something else to do this evening. You ever done that? Started in something with intentions of just getting it started, and you end up really getting into it and you just keep going and it's like, oh no, now I've almost finished it. And so that's kind of what happened. And Mike says that he loves mail haul. Yes, I love watching everybody's mail haul. And Arlie says, true, crank the AC down low enough and pile on the quilts. Yes, rainy weather is quilt weather, sunshiny weather is quilt weather, cold weather is quilt weather, and warm weather is quilt weather. So maybe not hurricane weather, that may be an exception to the rule. Well, let's just say. But I think what I will do is I'm going to start off just so I can get a few things out of the way so they won't be in the way when I start piecing, as I am going to show what I did work on through the week. And I think I'll go ahead and back up, stand up just a little, cut my head off. But want you to see this in full view. This is a little wall hanging. It is called Be Merry, and it's got the gingerbread man on there. A Christmas tree, going to bring that up a little closer with the ornaments on it. And then you can barely see them because it's in light fabric, but there's a star at the top of the tree and three little stars down there. And then we have the holly berry and the vine going on there, and a beautiful half square triangle pieced border on that. But that is an old Pat Sloan pattern. And I was looking for something on my stash on my shelves with all the stash the other day, and I came across this laying there inside a book with it almost finished. And I thought, why don't I go ahead and work on that? So everything is on here. I'm working on the machine blanket stitch on that, but that should be done hopefully tomorrow. And let me see, I see some pink hands that popped in here. So we have So Terry is here. Welcome, welcome to you. And also Tracy, welcome to you as well. Great to see both of you. And Tracy says, that came out adorable. Yes, I'm in love with it. It really came out nice. And of course, when I get all the echo quilting done on it, it will be even cuter. Yeah, yeah. Not as cute as Whip down here, but I guess he wanted to make an appearance as well. We'll see if we can get him to get out of the way for a while. And Katie, the Greenland Quilter, is also here. Hello to you, Katie. Great to see you. And Debbie Williams is here. She says, good evening to all. And yes, Whip got a haircut. He got that, oh, what, a couple weeks ago at least, maybe going on 3. I'm not sure, but it's been just a little while. But right now I am going over what I worked on the past week because I am including my week in review and mail haul on the new format for my Saturday nights, which it's Saturday night. What's happening in the cottage is what we will be doing from now on, and just having a little bit of a more informal time, chatting, laughing, and I'll be working on a project along the way, as always, and sharing tips and techniques with you as I go along. Thank you. Yes, thumbs up, always appreciated. Yes, he is adorable, Terry. Thank you very much. His hair will grow. It's already starting to grow. It was really shaved right down to the skin, but it's already getting curly again. But yeah, he's gonna want treat after treat for a while until he decides to lay down. Hello, Whip. Hello. Are you gonna keep bugging me for treats? Here, take this one. There you go. Okay. We kind of saved some of them knowing that this is going to happen at this time of night on Saturdays. But of course, you watched me work on the squirrel, and I have added the sashing to that block because I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And I decided I am going to go ahead and make the pillow pattern that Tilda has that goes with that also. So this will be made into a little pillow, but that is the squirrel block that we worked on Saturday, and I will be starting working on the actual quilt on Saturdays. And so you will be able to follow along as that quilt grows also. Throwing that up there. He finishes them a little too fast, I think. And then Monday morning, we are doing our stitch along, which is a jolly and bright, the red work ornaments. And we worked on the first one, the candy cane. And that is not completed, but it will be before Monday morning. And so we can set that all aside and out of our way. If Mr. Whip gets out of the way down here, I think he wants to say hello, and then maybe he'll go away. But oh, let me see what everyone is saying. Mommy treats, yes. Hugs and treats to Whip. Okay. Oh, the baby. Yes, he is quite, yeah. I think he's more of a juvenile delinquent than a baby. That's what I call him at times, anyhow. Oh, yes, he has. He has, yeah, he's got me wrapped around the finger or however that saying goes. But uh thank you, Tracy. She says that she loves that block. And okay, Whip, you have to say goodbye. Tell everyone goodbye. I've been here, and my hand's not a chew toy. He doesn't really chew on it. He just puts it in his mouth. But, okay, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Go. Go, go, go. Wish I had a bigger one to last longer, but and you'd get too many treats. So, okay. How is Stitch? Does she come out there as well? She comes out here for very short little breaks. Terry, she has become um, Daddy's little dog, and they are quite attached. So she doesn't get to spend as much time out here, but she does come out here every day for just a little bit to say hello, get hugs and kisses, and then she's back in. Um, that is Stitches is my husband's emotional support dog. Whip is my emotional support dog. So that is kind of how that is working. But no, you're not getting back up here. No, no. Go lay down. Go lay down. Go lay down. No, no. We'll put our hand there. Yes, daddy's girl and mommy's boy. Kind of kind of funny how that worked out. But he's being rather insistent. No, Whip. No, down, down. You have to go to bed. Lay down. Okay, sorry about that. But so I think what we will also do is we will go ahead and we will get mail haul out of the way as well. And then we can start working on the project. Down, Whip. Down. Be a good boy. Be a good boy. Which this whole basket is full of mail haul. And some of you that were in the Zoom group did get to see the Tilda uh, fabric that came in. I belong to the Tilda Collectors Club. So when there is a new collection that she puts out, I get that. And her collection called Sanctuary just came out. So I have received that. I'm glad I have a sweater on. And these are all the blenders that go with that. I don't need to open that one, I don't think, because they are all pretty much the same. They just are in different colorways. But those are the blenders. There are, let me see, 10 of them, and these are fat quarters. So that is that. And we will, if I can get this untied, that's a tight little knot there. We will work at getting that undone so I can show you the rest of the collection. And it always has the buttons that go along with it. So those are the pretty buttons that came with the collection. And there are, let me see, there are 20 fat quarters in this collection. And it is called a Sanctuary, so we'll repeat some in the different colorways. But there is this, and it's a little hard. I know that is a flower. It's not a pumpkin, but what type of flower it is, I'm not sure. But that is the first one. And then this is really cute. When you first look at it, you don't notice, but it has the little forest animals going all through there. There's a squirrel, there's a rabbit, there's an owl, there's birds. I think there is, I was thinking there was a bear or something, but maybe not. That's probably the owl I'm thinking of. Yeah. But a bunny rabbit, a squirrel, an owl, and the bird. And they repeat throughout that. Really cute. And then this is a beautiful colorway as well. Terry says she was just at a friend's playing with a dog just like him. Oh, awesome. And this one is really cute that goes with it as well. Yes, aren't they pretty? I love Tilda fabrics. They're so soft. And what she does with the colors is amazing, which this one she threw turquoise in. That's not blue. It's a turquoise. And with that, you can see it better in this next one because we're changing on to the next colorway now. And you can see that in this one a little better. And then this one is those animals again. How cute is that? Which that must be where the squirrel comes from in the squirrel quilt that I am doing that. is out of, yes, I do believe it is out of this collection. But and then here we have whatever type flower that is again. Kind of looks like a thistle, kind of looks like a cotton ball. But, but I think the browns and pinks with that turquoise in it is just beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. That's one of my favorite ones. But then, of course, up pops the purple colorway. That's not blue, Mike. That's purple. Sorry. Purple always shows blue on the laptop for some reason. But that is beautiful as well. And there is everything that you see blue on there is actually purple. Now this one is kind of blue though. Love wilderness animal fabrics. Michael Miller had some gorgeous ones also. So there are just awesome, beautiful fabrics out all the time. We want them all, don't we? They know how to keep us crafters and quilters and sewers purchasing, that's for sure. And then we come to the greens in it. But yeah, just really awesome, awesome fabrics. Love this collection. And that's quite the brighter green in there out of all the ones. And the pink is really showing up in these. But there you have them all. Okay, scoot those over here out of the way. Pretty bad when you have to set up an extra table to have room to set your mail haul on as you're showing it. And the next that we have is, I'm going to go on to, my arms aren't long enough, what I received from Rusty Crow. And I actually have two orders from Rusty Crow. Let me get to the bottom of it here. Okay. Without. Okay, there we go. Yeah, this is all from Rusty Crow. So let me see. We got the invoice here so I can kind of make sure that I got this right. And Hatched and Patched came out with some fabric and she got that. So I had to make sure I got in on getting that fabric. And these are all fat quarters of the Hatched and Patched fabric, which you know that I also love that designer and all of her patterns. But these are beautiful fabrics as well. And these are also fat quarters, really dainty. Well, that's a little wrinkled. We'll show this side, but really dainty detailing on this. And this is really cute because that's like a little embroidery almost. That's not stitched, but that would appear like it. Beautiful yellow in it. Well, welcome, Mona. It is great to see you. I am doing my mail haul right now. Went through the week in review in the beginning, and then we'll get into working on stitching up the front part of a bag that is going to have a kawandi on the back of it. But these are really quite cute. She does kind of a whimsical style. Yes, they are. These are from Hatched and Patched. She is a designer out of Australia. And just a different colorway in that. You could almost blend these with the ones I just showed you that were the Tilda fabrics, which of course, Tilda's is a designer from Australia as well. But beautiful, 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 beautiful. And these all go with the one that I'm going to be showing you next. Set these aside first. This is a panel that is from the same line, and the line is called Simply Be. So can cut it apart or use it as the panel. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it yet. And I got more than one panel in it, of course, which I don't think we're going to be able to hold this all up. You'll just get an idea of what part of it is. We'll make sure it's not upside down. But this is the cute panel that goes with it. And I'll show you the back side of that. The other half as well. But yeah, really, really cute. So I will just have to figure out, we're not going to fold that all back up right now, figure out what I am going to do with that. That's the first part of the Tilda the Rusty Crow order that I got, and this is the second part of it. So, and hello, quilting in the country. Welcome to you. It is great to see you this evening as well. But first of all, I always need um Valdani pearl cotton, and this is it's the turkey red, and it is, I think, yeah, the size 5 instead that I need for the red work ornaments that we are doing. She had been out of that, so it came back in to be able to order. So I ordered that. But this is the beautiful linen that a lot of the hatched and patched patterns are worked on. So I got some of that to have in my stash, as well as the white colorway of it, the bleached and the unbleached. And then the other, I forget what they call this color in it, but got all of those just to have on hand for all the stitcheries that I do of hers. This is called On Dasher. It is a charm square pack that I will be using for a table runner that is one of Hatched and Patched designs. And then this is a cute little project pouch pattern by Hatched and Patched that I also got. Kind of shows, if you can see the inside on there. Somebody has pizza. And Quilting in the Country says, love Valdani. Yes, I have fallen in love with it as well. It's about all I use anymore. I mean, it's my mainstay. I use, the DMC and everything else too to be using it up, but that is my thread of choice for all my hand stitching now. And this is all for Christmas advent calendar, also a pattern by Hatched and Patched, and those are little bags with the numbers on it going around the outer border there, which is really cute to count down and put little trinkets, little goodies, whatever in there to open up during the Advent season. And Casey Shaw is here as well. Welcome to you. Mona's waiting for ice cream and the win at So Yeah. Well, good luck to you. And Casey says, wow, this starting to be a regular thing for me. Fun to make alive again. Yes, that is awesome. It's great that you can make the lives. And then we kind of have a thing going on with those patterns of hers today, but this is one of the larger patterns of hers, and this is called An Angel Story. And that's kind of hard to see, but all different angels on there, and they each have a little different little theme going with them. But yeah, really, really cute. But And this is funny. Somebody must be like me because I just started reading on the back here as I was holding that up, and it says Sarah the Sewing Angel. It says 200 UFOs is not enough for Sarah, but with no more space at home, she has to curtail her creative ideas or take over. Oh no. Does this sound like maybe we'll have to change my name or take over the hubby's workshop as storage? He would not be a happy little angel. A favorite fabric stash to die for, but always needing more. Sarah is always busy putting needle to fabric when she is not quivering over the latest flannel range that's arrived at her local quilting store. But oh, there's always something new to start. And oh, that's such a pretty fabric. Fabric. I simply can't live without it. Boy, does that sound like me. Yes, that is definitely definitely me. But we're going to scoot these over here. And then we have more in here, which kind of fell over when I took that other out. I'm going to try and get it back in order here so that I get that shown correctly. Okay, as the rest falls over. This is the Intrepid Thread Fields of Fancy block of the month that I belong to. It is a very, very popular block of the month. She has to keep restarting it throughout the year because it sells out and there's so much interest that she keeps starting it again, which she has one starting in January of that again. And Donna is here. Welcome to you, Donna. And Fern is here. Welcome, welcome to you as well. Donna says, oh, I am going to be in so much trouble in a few weeks when I go to Rusty Crow. Yes, you are, Donna. And Debbie says, yes, it does sound exactly like me. Yeah, I think they just got the name wrong there. How has everyone been? I like that. But oops, okay. And she always has the little thing explaining everything that is included in this month, which of course you get either it's your choice to either get the Tilda fabrics or the Liberty fabrics, and I get the Tilda fabrics each time. And I think there is an extra quarter yard in there this time for some reason because that one is on top and folded different than what the others are usually. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. And these are the Tilda fabrics that are included in it this time. Beautiful, beautiful, soft, floral themed fabrics. Ooh, I love that one. Love that one. Beautiful red. And Delia is here as well. Hello, Day. Great to see you as well. So those are the Tilda fabrics that came with it this time. And then there is always, let me see what we go on next. She included, there's a chrysanthemum that is going to be used in it. So she included the acrylic template for that, as well as the English paper piecing templates that go along with it. So that's included this time. And then as a little extra, she put in some of the needle grabbers. Those are always nice to have when you're doing hand stitching. And she has always includes another quarter yard of the background silky white linen that we are using. And the Accufactum fabric that is used for fussy cutting. This is a hexagon type project, similar to that for those of you that aren't aware what it ends up making. And then she always throws in another little embroidery project with it. It's a little owl this time. A nighttime owl. It's got the moon and stars going around it. And then always adding, and this is Cosmo floss that she always adds more colors in to keep adding to being able to use all types of colors on that project. Love those. Yes. Very, 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 very pretty. It is a beautiful, beautiful block of the month. That, of course, I am far behind on. Okay, these still keep falling over, so we will show these next. These are a couple books that I got that have to do with hand stitching and slow stitching. And this one is called Paint with Thread. And I have taken a class on painting with thread by machine that is similar, but this is done by hand. And it is an awesome, 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 awesome book. I'm going to try and get to one where you can see it. You won't be able to see that close up, but that is the type of work that is done and shown how to do in this book, which the bee that's on the front will come into play a little bit. But this is just a young gal that does this, and she takes you through the process. Here we go. This is the bee. And I'm gonna peek around, try to get that up so you can see the detail on that close. But that is all done doing hand embroidery. Beautiful, beautiful work. What is that embroidery fabric that you use? Is it muslin or Ada cloth? Does it matter? It is a Moda linen. Hang on just a minute. If I find the correct invoice. It's mochi linen, I think is what it is called. Hang on. Yes, it's by Moda. It is called linen mochi. I got the unbleached, and I also got the bleached and a couple other. But if you go to Rusty Crow, that is, I'm sure there's other people that have that also, but that's just where I get it. But that is the one book that I got, and we'll be trying that. And then this is foolproof free form embroidery. And it is also beautiful examples. And this is a Jennifer Clouston. Those of you that do handwork, I'm sure you have seen some of her YouTube videos. She does beautiful, beautiful work. Try to get to and she takes you step by step through her process using all different types of, just pop that one up there as an example, but talks you through the difference of if you want a soft look, a something that stands out to the front, or whether the different ways and forms of doing that in your free form stitching to make that pop and get the effect that you want through your stitching. Okay, he's back, being in the past. And I think that what I have in here next is the last. Okay, and this is from, believe it or not, Spoonflower. And Kathy Schmitz, which is the designer of the red work stitch along that we are doing. Some of her stuff, she has the patterns pre-printed on fabric at times, and she uses Spoonflower to do that and sells it through Spoonflower. Did you say mochi? Yes, but it's M-O. Let me grab that again. It is spelled M-O-C-H-I. Yeah, I think you got that. No E on the end, just M-O-C-H-I. Mochi linen, and it's by Moda. If you want the number, I can give you the number. That would be on the end of the bolt. It's 32911 11 Moda. 32911 11. And you can always replay if you didn't catch that. But she has some Christmas ones that I was interested in. So I got those, and this should be the one that makes a hexagon table topper. It is called, what is it called? Bright and Shiny Table Mat. And it has it all pre-printed on there. So all you have to do is cut it out, do the embroidery on it, and then it also includes the backing fabric, and the instructions are on there for how you are supposed to put it together and everything. So I got that one. Try and fold it up here so you can see that better. It's a good size, but that will be cute, and it'll look like those are all hand-pieced hexes on there when you are finished with it. But we're not going to get that folded up back to the way it was. But then this is the coordinating, should be the coordinating. Nope, this is the other one. Sorry. This is the other stitchery. She came out with one also called a Vintage Christmas panel. Down, Whip. No, down. You need to take a break, buddy. And I'll have to stand up so you can see this one, but that is a wall hanging, and it is all Christmas type ornaments on that to be stitched up. And this is just the red fabric that goes along with that to be able to finish it off. Down, buddy. Down. Get down. Be a good little boy. Yes. Get down. Get down. And then I also received her gathered blessings panel to be stitched, which those of course don't show up too well, but that is that. Yeah, a lot to show in the mail haul this time. And I love fabric that has words. And this is a French type fabric with words. I believe it is called My French Finds. And it is just a fabric that has all different kinds of words and sayings and everything on it that I will be using in slow stitch projects. And I think, yes, my bag is empty. So that is everything now that I received for mail haul. And we can go on to doing some sewing if Whip is going to cooperate and let me do that. He is being quite the insistent little, okay, we'll give you a hug, and then you have to get down, okay? Yes, yes, we'll give you a hug. No, we're not going to get in the ears, but you are very welcome. So, Terry, yes, he is growing. He is growing. He is my little juvenile delinquent, I call him right now, going through that stage. But yeah, we can only give him so many treats. We can't keep giving. If I'm able to just ignore him for a while, he will lay down and go to sleep. Hopefully, believe it or not. But he's just being a little over rambunctious this evening. But so now I am going to go on to piecing the background that the embellishments go on the front of this bag. And I do have that all cut up, except I, for some reason, wasn't reading correctly when I cut the handles out, and I didn't cut enough out for that. So I will have to do that after the live, which I won't be sewing that part on anyway. But just hug that dog and we can chat. Believe me, he gets plenty of hugs. But this is my background fabric for the front, and I am sewing the one narrow stripe on that first, and then I'll be sewing the other one on. But hopefully when I start sewing, he'll realize I'm busy. and will decide he needs to lay down. We'll find out, but so of course he finds his noisy bone on the floor instead, so he can keep you entertained that way. But that was the sweetest little dog kiss. Yes, you have to be careful though, because then he goes for the ears afterwards. But oh, and Joe says, awesome mail haul. Yes, that was quite the mail haul this week. Actually, it was 2 weeks because I didn't do the week in review last week. So I know the Tilda fabric came last week, not this week. But oh, so this strip on here real quickly. And I know for some reason it says to press the seams open, so I have to make sure that I do that instead of pressing them to the one side as I normally do. Yep, he found his bone. He's going to entertain himself now and then end up going to sleep. And see, I was automatically going to press that towards the piece I just added, and I need to open that up and press the seam open instead. So we will do that. I like how I was able to figure out uh, an angle with my laptop to end up with a wider view, so I don't have to get everything in without having to use multiple cameras for you to see what I'm doing. Works out nicely that way. Of course, I do have set up if there is any close-up work that I have to show, but I don't think there'll be any of that tonight. Wow. It's such a narrow seam. I went over it and caught it, got it caught back in there. All right, and now we have to take the next strip and add on to that, which is this one that I have chosen, which these are out of the cowboy themed. It's called Rawhide, the same fabric line that I'm using for making the Kawandi that will go on the back of the bag that you've seen me work on Saturday nights as well. Mike always wants me to bring my mail to him after showing it. Nice try, Mike. Oh, I know the one thing that I didn't mention before I forget on what's happening in the cottage is I got a little burst of energy yesterday. And remember how I've been saying that the cubby, one of the 9 hole cubbies, so it's 36 by 36 with 9 of the cubby slots in it, wooden units, is on top of my smaller desk that is in the other corner of the stitching cottage. And I don't like that it takes up that extra space on the desk, so I decided to make a shelf that it would raise it up off the desk, so more of the desk is available to use, and got the wood, and my husband put that simple shelf together for me. So I brought it out here. I emptied all of the stuff that was in those cubbies out, which was mainly scrapbooking and card making supplies that I haven't been doing. So I'm not getting rid of them. They're just going to be put in a different location out of the way, which is in storage. And I am making that into my slow stitching supplies and stuff that I use. And that is where I will be working on all that. So I emptied that all out and then took and put the shelf on there. And then in very limited space between where, that cubby unit was and where I had to stand, lifted it up. Yeah, 40 inches. It doesn't seem like much, but that's a long way to lift a heavy wooden unit up on top of a desk, on top of a shelf that you put on top of the desk to raise it up. And it was like the first try, it was like, oh no, I'm not going to make it. And I had to put it down and I had to take a grip lower down. And I got it up there, but that was quite the struggle. And I have sorted through and I have most of the slow stitching stuff already organized and in those cubbies now. So that was quite the undertaking the last couple days. But yeah. A for trying, says Joe. Mike was saying, yeah. He says, I try. But and Tracy said, beautiful mail haul. Oh, thank you, Tracy. Yes, I'm rather happy. R for a reach. Yeah, that was it was like, ooh, I'm a little sore today. I will have to admit that I overdid it a little bit, but I'm glad that I was finally able to get that done. I know. He's been going over to the door and scratching. I think he needs out, but he's gonna have to wait just a little bit. But I do have the stuff that I removed off of there sitting in the way right now. So tomorrow I have to get that put into storage and out of here. And then I will probably start more of the rest of the organizing. With the weather being turning a little cooler, it just is a little easier to do that type of stuff rather than when it's hot. So I have the tent out and ready to put up to set up 3 tables in to be able to take the stuff out and sort it out there, decide what's going to be done with it, and hopefully get a lot of that reorganization done. That's the plan. We'll see how far I get with it. And Tracy says that she totally redid the block I was working on in Zoom. Too many dates with Jack. Oh, I'm sorry, Tracy. Okay, so this this is looking like a pillowcase if I didn't know better. But now I need to sew the bottom strip onto that. So that is what I'm going to do next. And that should be this one. It says front bottom. And it measures correctly, so we have the correct one on there. Yeah, never any fun when you have too many dates with either Jack or Josephine. As you all know, I call mine Josephine. I'm fortunate. Josephine doesn't come out to play very much. She pretty much stays in her slot. She came out Wednesday, didn't she? For a short little spell when it took the corner down in the hole of the feed dogs there. I had to pick that out. But this is going to be interesting because I think after I get this on is when start to decide on the embellishing and adding the word junk to it. And it also says to press this one open as well. So that started. that slowly, not to mess it up. Not supposed to set that iron like that, but for just a second, it'll be okay. Not going to leave it that way. There, we have that press. So this is what it looks like so far. And now I'm going to press that crease out of the center of there a little bit. We had it pressed out once, but I keep folding it up and putting it away, so kind of in there again. All right. I'm going to scoop that down there, try and give myself a little bit more room. I think the next step, I have to turn my directions over onto the next part of that. I think it says to draw a line 1 inch above this seam, and that is where, except, yeah, and that's where they have you embellishing with some rickrack, which this is my little container with all the stuff I have to choose to see what I want to use for embellishing. And I have this wide rickrack because I know on the photo, I'm looking for it, I just set my thing on it, it shows 2 rows of a rickrack and a different yeah, trim on there. And I was going to see, but I don't think I don't want that wide. So, but we will take and measure our 1 inch up first. And we will be stitching right over that. So I am just going to use a light pencil mark. See if I can find my fabric one. I think it's over in the other. Yeah, it's way over there. So we will just use the regular pencil. But I'm going to draw that line very, very lightly. Down. Didn't have quite enough room on the mat. And we are going all the way across. Okay. Okay, so we have our line drawn there that we are going to put that rickrack on. And I'm sure they have you draw that line because when you put the bag together, it takes up a little bit of that. So that makes sure that you're far enough up from what's going to be the bottom of the bag. I have to scoot those over. Those are my letters for the junk and the flower. And these are other parts. Those are pockets and things that go on later. Hello, Whip. Hello. But we have a blue rickrack and we have a red rickrack. We even have a brown rickrack to choose from out of the colors that are in there. This is for the letters, and we have a pink one. Interesting. Decisions. I think we might use the pink and the blue is how we might go with that to bring out both of those colors in it. Whip, no. He's trying to get my rickrack. No, no. It's time for you to lay down and go to sleep. Okay? Okay? Can you lay down? Can you lay down, please? You want this? Bye-bye. Okay. I'm going to take and just measure that. and cut that off because I'm pretty sure I will definitely be using the pink. And I think instead of using that brown would go good with that also. And if you plan it, you can get it so they go in between each other. I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to move it up a little, and I might add a thin thing of lace underneath it. Oh no, I saw him, Debbie. Debbie says, that was funny. Whip almost had that trim before you caught him. Nope, nope. I saw him going after that, but yes, it appeared that way, didn't it? Yeah, that block just did not like you. Is slow stitching anything done by hand or something in particular? Slow stitching is embroidery, uh, basically. Slow stitching is not, like your hand quilting or your hand piecing. It is embroidery work that is done kind of in a free form fashion, is mainly how that is described, Arlie. So if you use Pinterest and just put in slow stitching, all kinds of slow stitching will pop up and you'll see that it's kind of using your scrap fabric and laying out and then doing embroidery work and embellishing with it. That is pretty much basically what slow stitching is. Watch the rickrack. Yep. And Delia is good signing off. She says, have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Thank you, Day. You have a wonderful weekend as well. All right, but I'm going to be using the pink and brown for sure. And I think I have this. I have this pink lace that I think I am going to put underneath it as a little extra embellishment. Whip. No. Boy, you are just really wanting to be in on the action tonight, aren't you? No, no, get down, get down. Thank you. So I'm just going ahead and making sure that I have it cut long enough. I'm not actually going to sew this on tonight. Our time is about up, but I'm going to lay that underneath it with it going the correct direction. I'm putting that on the 9. And I will just stick a pin in that for now. Making sure I've got it straight. We'll get that when I'm ready to sew it on. We'll make sure it's lined up all correctly. And sticking a pin there. And I'm just going to lay this on top of there for now, knowing that that's what I picked out. That's going to be going on top of that. And we'll just stick one pin in both of those together to keep it temporarily there. All right. But then we would go on from that before I am doing that. Supposed to cut out um, the letters for the junk that is on there. And I laid those squares right here. These are going to be the fabrics that are used for that. We've got the horseshoe blue one. Come on. We've got the pink. We've got the blue stars. And we've got the red floral. But that will be what those letters are trimmed from. And then these are the fabrics that I'm going to be fussy cutting the roses out of. And that is what will be going, oopsie, right up here where the hanky embellishments are. And I have this J. Of course, that looks backwards to you. There we go. The J in this pearl wire, and that is going to be laid on top of the J on the letter junk when I put that on there. But yeah, and we have, these are the hankies out of, well, doilies cut in the diagonal to go on. This is one I actually made myself. So that'll be nice to have on there, but we have these two to go across that top as well. So that will be done sometime during this week, hopefully as well. And we'll be getting closer to being able to put that all together. I'm just going to fold this with this all inside it to make room. And we are at the end of our hour's time. Hopefully I know you all enjoyed the mail haul, but as well as seeing how that bag is going to be coming along as well. Cheerios are a good snack for dogs and fewer calories. Yes, we actually give them uh frozen carrots and frozen broccoli because those are also very good for dogs. And yes, my husband gives stitches inside Cheerios Fern. So yeah, we do that. Now, Whip would want to eat the whole box. It doesn't matter what you give him. He eats it and he's right back, ready for more. But yeah, that's funny. Yes, broccoli. Broccoli is good for dogs. Sweet potatoes are also. But I am slow stitching now. Awesome, Terry. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other comments. But thank you all for joining in and sharing your time with me this evening. I hope that I have inspired you in some way, whether it's to do some organizing, whether it's to do more shopping, or whether it's to get out a few projects that you have laying around and get them finished. And maybe even start on some slow stitching, Arlie. When you check that up, it is very, very therapeutic, very relaxing. It is an awesome, awesome type of stitching. So if you ever have any other questions on that, do not be afraid to ask. I do a lot of slow stitching on my channel, so you will see more of that. But more shopping, says Mike. Yes, I thought you'd like that one. But thank you again, everyone. Have a great weekend. Happy stitching. And remember, in the meantime, I can keep you in stitches. Bye-bye, everyone.